Hola y buenas noches. Welcome back to First Time Trying, where I try things for the first time so you don't have to. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to do a different first intro, and I'm trying out new languages to see, because I ran out of English right now. So, anyways, so here we are on part 2 of the like 3-part thing that I didn't want to do all the things because that would be such a long video. And so yeah, so here we are with the soups. It's technically like soups slash desserts. But first things first, I'm gonna show you what I have. First I have this miso soup. It says it's authentic on here. And yes, I got everything at the World Market at one point. But yeah, there's the miso soup. I actually got 2 different kinds of miso soup. I got the authentic and then I got the vegetarian. I'm saying authentic because that's what it says on the package. And then this one says vegetarian on the package. And then I wanted to try these. These are veggie noodles. So basically noodles made with vegetables, I am assuming. Yeah, so there's cooking directions on this one, and I will be doing that while I'm trying the other soups, letting that mix. And then I had to make this one ahead of time because I had to use my microwave. But this is the dessert I was talking about, a dark chocolate souffle. And it smells really good already. So I'm excited about that. And plus it does need a cool down because it is actually kind of hot right now too. So yeah, let me get this one set up. Just with opening the package right here, I haven't put the water in yet, but look at there's actual mushrooms in here. And then the standard vegetable of green onions, dried green onions and corn. But yeah, there's actually mushrooms in there, which is interesting to me. Alrighty, so while that one is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and try the miso soups. I think I'm gonna try the vegetarian first, since it looks like they have about the same ingredients, because this one says that it has, the vegetarian said it has tofu, seaweed, and green onions. And then the authentic one says it has tofu, seaweed, green onions, and then fried bean curd. So we're going to try the vegetarian one first. That way it's not as skewed in flavor. So here we go. It says just to add hot water. So we're going to do that. And it says it's freeze dried. So let's see what kind of thing it means by that. Oh, yeah, legitly, freeze dried, if you see it right here. It's literally, freeze dried. The smell definitely has that, bean curd smell you would have with miso soups. Let's just pour that in, and there's some that is in here, so put that into, but let's pour some. Alright, so we had it poured in. Let's just stir it up a little bit. And it looks like the big chunks were actually the tofu pieces, so that's interesting to me. That does smell good. If you don't like miso soup, or if you've never heard of miso soup, definitely wouldn't suggest this. If you don't like miso soup, I wouldn't suggest this. If you haven't heard about miso soup, it is a Japanese soup that is made with basically fermented bean curds. I know that sounds really weird. It's personally one of my favorites. But yeah, it's kind of like a tangy, most of the time it's like a tangy flavor because of the fermenting. But it doesn't taste like beans, like beans. Because I don't like beans. But yeah, it's just, it has an umami flavor. So it's like a salty and robust kind of flavor. So, and then some places make it more weak, some places make it more strong. Because the bean paste itself, you can add as much as you want. If you want like more of a stronger bean paste flavor or not, it's totally up to you. If you were to get just like, because they have containers of just the miso base. And yeah, that's basically what you do, and you pour some water on it, and that's it, really. And then you add any extra garnishes that you would want to put in there. Anyways, so we'll get back to this one. It has tofu, seaweed, and green onions. So let's go in for the first taste. I think I put too much water because I don't get much of a flavor. So that's user error. Let's go over the second one. Let's see, it has the seaweed, which is also known as nori. And then let's go in for the second one. Yeah, so I can't say much on this one because it has a very, once again, it's probably user error. I put too much water in it for me to be able to actually taste it. But it's a very light flavor. It's not as like pungent, but it's like very, still has some flavor with it, like just like a hint of the bean paste. And it does have like a soft tang in the back of my tongue. Technically it's like on the tip of my tongue, but it's like in the back of my mouth. I know that sounds strange and doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense to me. But the onions are actually pretty good in here. And I haven't had a tofu piece yet, so let me actually taste that. I don't know if I like freeze-dried tofu. That was a strange texture. Most of the time, tofu is spongy. This was not spongy. This was more squishy, and it was, it just kind of like fell apart, but not in a, like when you have gum and you've been chewing it for way too long and it just like falls apart in your mouth and then you have like little pieces of gum. That's what it kind of felt like. Yeah. But the flavor was fine. It had more of a sour flavor for me. Not like, how do I explain that? Like, not that it's gone bad kind of sour, but not like a candy sour. Not like a lemon sour either. It's just a fermented kind of sour, but fermented enough to where it's not, it's like a controlled fermented, I guess I could say. Let me go in for another one. Yeah, that texture's not it for me. That piece wasn't as bad. It felt a little more spongy. But yeah. But I get this one again, possibly because I just like miso soup. Rating wise, I'd give it probably a 4. Let's go 5 in the middle, because it like I said, it's probably my fault because I put less water than I probably would have wanted. So I'll give it a 5. The nori tastes good to me. If you know what it is, it's seaweed. Some people don't like seaweed. I actually like it. I actually like the little roasted seaweed snacks too. So I just like eating it by itself. The tofu had a strange consistency. It fell apart a little too easily for my taste. The green onions were good. They still had like some flavor in those. But yeah, so I'd give it this one, the vegetarian one, a 5. Let's go on to the authentic one, which it says that it has fried bean curds is the extra thing in here. So let's get a new bowl. Okay, this one actually came pretty well together. It was not broken or anything, and it's just one big block. Let me smell. Yeah, this one has more of a fishy smell. So we'll see how I like that. I like fish, but there's a difference between liking fish and then having that fishy smell for me. As bonito powder. Did the other one have that? No. The other one did not have the bonito powder. And for those of you wondering, bonito, I don't want to be wrong, but I believe it's made from fish. Because I know it does have fishy smell. I think it's the skin of a fish that was dried. And then since it's in powder, I believe that it's just ground up. If I'm wrong, I'm very sorry. But I know it normally has a fishy smell to it. That is the thing I do know, that I know for sure. But whether it's actually made out of fish or not, I'm not 100% sure on that. So don't quote me on that part. But here we go. We're going to add the water. Try to add a little less this time. Yes, this has more of a robust, stronger smell. And there's a lot more like seaweed and tofu in here. You could see that. I think I am going to add a little bit more water because this one looks very concentrated. Let me go ahead and take a taste first, I guess. Here we go with the first taste. Yeah, definitely needs some more water in this one. Just a little bit more, not too much. That was definitely lots. Like too much of flavor. I want it still flavorful, but not just like I'm basically eating the thing, the freeze-dried stuff. Block, I guess. Okay, anyways, so here we go. We're gonna taste just the soup now. Again. Yes, much better. much more balanced flavor. So that one, it does have the fishy taste to it, and just the aftertaste. And it does have like that tang aftertaste as well, that like tangy fermented flavor. Here we go. We're gonna try to get one with everything in it. So it looks like there's like strips of onions, the nori. I think that might, actually I'm not entirely sure what that is. I know that one's tofu. But here we go. Just like the vegetarian one, the tofu has more flavor in it. Whenever you bite into it, it has more of the flavor. But yeah, that one I wasn't sure about. It was a little more spongy than the tofu. It felt, I don't know, just like a sponge kind of, but you can eat it. Like the consistency of a sponge, how it like squishes and you know there's liquid in there. But you know it's but this one you know is still edible because it was able to like be chewed essentially. But yes, so I like this one a little bit more, but I'm not liking this. So let me, I know it's weird. I'm just grabbing it. It's my own soup though. It's my own soup. But if you can see, back it up a little bit. This is kind of what it is. I don't know what it is. It looks like it was the egg at one point, but I don't think so. That's the fried bean curd. That's what that is. Tasting it by itself. I got it now. But yes, that was the fried bean curd. Texture's not the biggest fan of it, but it's not absolutely terrible. I guess with everything else, it felt just like really off because I didn't know what it was. So let's try it again with everything knowing that what it is. It's not as surprising, but yeah, with everything else that's in here, for me, that texture of the fried bean curd is not my favorite. All in all, the flavor is good. To be honest, I could probably still, like, since the tofu has so much flavor in it, I could probably add a little bit more of the water just to dilute it a little bit because it's very strong whenever I take a bite of that tofu. But would I get this one again? Probably. In terms of flavor and rating, I will probably give this one a 7 because it has more flavor, but more than likely that was just user error on this one. But I know that the like bonito flakes and the other stuff that's in here does give it more depth of flavor. It has the umami, the salty, the tangy. In this one, that one was more just a tang and umami flavor. But yeah, so there's that one. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Alrighty, so off camera, since I had to charge my phone since it was dying, I had actually added the vegetarian and the authentic miso soup together, and it tasted really good. I'd give it probably a 10 out of 10 for those two mixed together. But yeah, so here we are with the ramen. Hopefully I didn't take too long to where the noodles are all gummy and nasty. But here we go. We put these down. So it smells pretty good. It smells just like kind of like a chicken ramen. That scent. So here it is. But I believe since it's the veggie ones, I think Okay, so it's vegan. So there wouldn't be any like chicken or anything like that in here. So let's see. I know that because it says vegan registered with the Vegan Society. Oh, you can't see that. Right here. So it says it's vegan. It's registered with the Vegan Society is what that says. But let's go ahead and see. So it doesn't look like I had them in for too long. But here it is, the noodles. Of course, they come in. Let's try it. Okay. That's not bad. A piece of corn. They are the noodles themselves. I don't know if it's because I did leave them in here for a while, or that's just the texture of the noodles, but they're very soft. They're not al dente at all, if you know what that means. It's like slightly undercooked to where they're still chewy. But these ones are very soft. Let me go in for another bite. And there's not much flavor to it. It has that rehydrated noodle flavor, so it's kind of that woody, earthy flavor. Other than that, there's not much to the like powder that I had in here. Let me try the juice. Yeah, there's not much to the, I mean, it's still flavorful, but there's not much to it. It does kind of taste like just a soy sauce ramen. It has more of that flavor, but other than like the texture of the noodles, it tastes basically the same as like a regular soy sauce ramen. Yeah, I think I actually like this texture of the ramen a little bit more because it feels more soft and it doesn't, kind of silky too. But like, especially because, you know, most of the time you have soup, you're a little under the weather and stuff, so you don't want to like chew a whole bunch. And this one, you don't have to chew very much to like get it to come apart and stuff, and I kind of like that texture. Would I get this again? Yeah, I think so. This tastes good. And if you just want like a quick little thing, it wasn't that expensive from what I remember. And the flavor is really good. I'd probably give it a 10, to be honest. That the noodles, they're still a little bit bouncy, but they're still like really soft and they have a silky texture to them. And if you don't mind mushrooms, and I don't mind them in the thing, it's just I don't like eating them because those ones are normally like spongy and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd probably give this a 10. The noodles, they actually have like the flavor has not like super spicy, but kind of like a spice to it, like at the back end. And it's not like, it's not spicy at all, but it has like that feeling of like, oh, there was supposed to be some spice in here, but we're not gonna give you too much to where you can't eat it, which that is like just a perfect enough to where it's like a little tingle, just like there, but not burning. So yeah, I'd give this a 10 out of 10 for sure. And that would be this brand, Sun brand, veggie noodles. Yeah, so if you can find them, I would definitely recommend these ones. These are pretty dang good. Alrighty, last but certainly not least, the chocolate souffle. I don't know how good this is going to taste now since I said I was sitting it out for a while, and it probably cooled down a whole bunch. It still smells really good. And of course, you gotta have dessert for last. So let's just go ahead and take a taste. It is dense feeling as I was putting my spoon in there. It is dense, but it actually looks pretty good. The instructions were literally just put some milk in it and throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes after stirring to combine with the chocolate powder that was in there. But yeah, it's actually like spongy. It is a little bit sticky, but you know, whatever. Let's go ahead and taste it. I spoke too soon with that texture. The flavor is fine. I normally don't like dark chocolate, and it's definitely not like sweet. But the texture, I don't know if it's because I had it sitting here for a while, or that's just the texture, or I didn't mix enough, or not enough milk. I don't know what the problem is, but it has the texture of if you were to just like, if you ever have those like instant eggs, how it has that like spongy, squishy kind of feel to it that you know it's like fake feel. That's what this feels like. It's a little more cakey feeling, so it's not like that actual like squish. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, I don't want to make the noise. But that squish to it whenever you have those, it doesn't have that, which is good. But it does have that feeling to it, that like just wet and mushy kind of feeling, but it's also dense, so it's extra weird because it doesn't have as many like air pockets and stuff to it. Once again, it's probably because I did just leave it out for a while, so that might be my bad. But yeah, I might get it again just to see if that was what the problem is, or if that's just how it is. Because it was more fluffy when I first took it out, of course, because it was still hot and stuff. But yeah, let me go in for the second bite. Okay, that bite, I could tell I did not mix the powder all the way because it just tasted like the powder. It had that grainy feel. So I probably didn't mix it right either. So user error again on this one. But let's go in for this one. Not my favorite. I give it a 5 because that more than likely was user error. But that texture is not fun for me. Yeah. Okay. Well, there it is. Those were the soups and the dessert. Next, I'll be going to the chips. Like I said in the previous video, I don't know when I'm going to do that one. I have this stuff. It's just actually doing it is my problem all the time. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you had fun. I know my time was interesting. And yeah, that's about it. All right. Bye. Hope you have a good day, night, whatever it is for you. Okay. Bye.